All right, I'm leaving this week for another cruise, and I'm going to show you today exactly how I plan on playing to win another free cruise. Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I am a craps fanatic. My job, to teach you the game, to teach you the math and some strategies, and with a little luck, you can color up. So tomorrow I'm heading out to Florida, and I'm going to get on a Royal Caribbean ship where they have casinos, so I will be gambling, and just like every time I've gone before, if I gamble, they give me free cruises. So that's my goal on this next trip. Now I'm going to share you exactly how I'm planning on playing this time. In the past, I've shown my color up secret strategy, and this is similar, but it's a variation on it, and it's at a higher level. But if things go south, I'll probably revert back to that. So let me explain how this is going to work out. I'm going to wait for the point to be established. So you could do it however you want if you were to do something similar, but I just like to wait for the point to be established. So when the dice roll, we'll get a point set. All right, it's on 10. That's interesting because what I like to do is lay the 10. So what I'm going to do, and I'll try to describe how and why I'm doing the things that I'm doing, but I want to lay, in this case, the point's 10, so I'm not going to lay the 10, I'm going to lay the 4. But normally it would be the 10. Let me just move this point to something else for now to get it out of the way. So I'm going to give the dealer $200 on the table. For one, I'm trying to get the boxman's attention. Hey, I'm betting at the $200 level. So I'm going to set that down. Can I have a $100 lay 10, 96 across? All right, they're going to take me, set me up for a $100 lay. That's going to take a $3 vig. $100 lay bet is going to win back 50. 5% of 50 is $2.50. They're going to round it up so to $3. And then we're going to get set up for 96 across all the numbers. You say, well, why are you kind of betting both ways on the 10? It's just to make it simple for the dealer. $100, 96 across. If the point was 10, I would do $100 no 4, $100 no lay. So 96 plus the $3 vig means you're going to get $1 and change as the player. Now I have $200 on the table. Hopefully I get rated at $200. If not, they may consider this a contraband and say, hey, you have 100 here, you have 15, which would win 28. Those are going to cancel out. Or maybe they would say, well, you know, this wins 28. So maybe they only give me 50 credit here and then credit for the rest. I'm not sure. I'm just going to have to see how it plays out. This is predominantly a light side play. If the 7 were to roll, I would lose $96 and I would win back 50. So I don't cover all my bets, but this is a little protection. Now the problem is if I roll the 4, again, I get paid 28, but I lose 100. So really I have $70 at risk if the 4 rolls, and I have about approximately $50 at risk if the 7 rolls. The 7 is the most likely to roll, so if it does happen, I'm out the 50. That's the lower amount. From here, I'm going to same bet 3 times. So hopefully I'm working with 5, 6, 8, 9, and 10, and hopefully I can roll some numbers there. Let's see, these will pay 21. This is going to pay 28. So let's say we'll go right down the line. The 5 here rolls, we win 21. Now what's most likely to happen? Again, the 7. 7 rolls, I lose 96, I win 50, I've collected 21, so there's 70, I'm out 30 bucks. Not that bad because I'm collecting. Now I could put this on the 4, but I've decided not to. If the 4 rolls this time, I would again lose 100, but win 28. I've won 21 here. I've won about 50. I'm losing about 50. Okay, I'm gonna go for another hit. I'm out of red here. Again, let's say it pays 21. Now I'm getting closer. Now if the 7 rolls, I'm fine. I've won 50, I've collected 42. That is 92, I'd lose 96. You know, I lose a couple bucks, no big deal. Now if the 4 rolls, again, I win 28. So I've got 30 plus another 40, I'd win 70. You know, I'd be down 30. But again, the 4 is not that likely to roll. The 7 is, and if the 7 rolls, I'm okay. Now I'm looking for a third hit. Why? Because again, let's say I get paid 21. I've got $63 here. From here, I'm going to tell the dealer simply, hey, pull down my lay bet. So he'll pull that down, return my vig. The vig gets returned to you. This is a temporary hedge, temporary protection. Why? Because I'm going to tell the dealer to pull me down to 64 across. So he's going to return 32 to you. And we're going to set up here at 64 across all the numbers. Why? Because I've won $63. So I've got $1 invested and I'm covered across all the numbers. So each hit lowers my risk on the 7 each time. And then after 3 hits, I completely remove that risk and I'm playing for just $1. From here, I'm going to collect and then press sister numbers. So if the first hit, I'm going to collect. The second hit, let's say the 9 rolls, I would press the 5 and 9. Third hit, I would collect. Next hit, if the 4 rolls, I'd press the 4 and 10, and so on. So the reason I'm playing this way is to cover all the numbers. Again, my secret strategy that I've played and shown in the past, I use the don't come or don't pass, and then lay a number, and then just cover the inside numbers, and then pull down one number. I just find I just don't have enough dice combos, so I'm sitting there waiting for rolls to happen. At least this way, I've got everything covered. Well, except for the horn numbers. And although I do have a $100 lay on either the 4 or 10, it's not a true $100 at risk. And I actually have $200 at the table with not, the most at risk is I have $70 because remember, I would win on that 4. So this is how I'm going to start it for the cruise, and hopefully I can keep it going, play this way every night, rack up a lot of good points with minimal at risk, and hopefully, once I get out of the hand and can start pressing, I can really color up. What I'll do is sign for a marker, $1,000, and then usually at the end of the night, I go and pay that off before it hits my card in the next morning. So that's kind of how their process is. But I'll get $1,000, and I'm usually going to play this without a pass line. If I am the shooter, it's my turn to shoot, I'll just make a do-we-don't. So for this demo, sometimes I'll do that and sometimes I won't worry about that. But we'll start out there, but I just ignore that. And obviously I just want to avoid the 12. So let's go ahead, get some dice, send them all the way, get a point established, and then start the system. All right, 8 hard, 8's going to be the point. So again, I'm going to take, you do it in blacks, but I'll do it in greens. $200, put it on the table. Dealer, I want a $100 lay, 96 across. So they got $100, and I'm going to say lay 10 or no 10, which means $1 change, and then we'll get set up here. This is the $15 unit, so 15 on everything, and then 18 on the rest. Put my dollar there. And here we go. Let's try to get 3 hits, avoiding the 10. 8 the hard way, point hit. So 18 is going to pay 21. There's our first hit. Now that was the point, so puck's going to go off. Now this does put you in an interesting position because a lay bet is always working. The puck's off, our bets are off. So I'm going to tell the dealer, hey, turn my bets on because I'm trying to get those 3 rolls. And if the 7 rolls, you know, I'm in not that bad a shape. So, all right, here we go. Oh, geez. And that also happened. So there's the 10. We hit the 10. Our lay bet loses, so we lose 100. Our 15 here is going to pay 28. We've won 28. We've won 21, about 50, which means we just took a $50 hit. You can wait for the next shooter, but essentially I'm going to give the dealer another $100. Well, 103 to cover the lay. The puck's on the here. I'm going to lay the 4 for 100. And I'm basically starting over. So even though I got these hits, I need new hits because I'm down $50. So hopefully I can get the 3 hits and then make some profit and recoup that 50. So here we go. 8 the hard way, 8 hard. So 18 will pay 21. So there's the first hit. There's the 9, 15 will pay 21. Second hit. There we go, trying to get the third hit. There's the 5. Again, 15 pays 21. So now I've won 61. Dealer, take down my lay. So he'll pull that down with the VIG and take me down to 64 across all the numbers. So we'll go, we don't need this anymore. We need, take 2 of these off. So 32 gets returned to us. And then these can just kind of be spread out here. So we're set up, and now we're going to try to make some money. Overall for the shooter, we're down to 50, but now we've collected the 64 to cover these bets out here. We don't have any more at risk. Let's try to make some money. 12 craps. 12 craps. We don't have the horn numbers. There you go. See a horn, bet a horn, parlay them. 6 easy. All right, 12 pays 14. Let's go ahead and pay out 15 for 1. I'm going to collect the first one and then press, so and just alternate. And there's the 7. Okay. So we actually lose here, win here, and then these bets will come down. So overall, my bankroll, I probably am down, you know, that 50 bucks. All right. Have a new shooter. Here we go. 8 easy, 8 easy. Point will be 8. Oh, kind of rammed into that. All right. And again, we'll do 100, 200. Dealer, give me a $100 lay 10 and 100 or 96 across. Make sure I got my proper caps on here. And let's get 3 hits. Here we go. With each hit, reducing a little bit of the risk. All right, there's the 6, so 18 pays 21, and I could do it this way. I'm gonna drop $4. Dealer, give me 25 for 1, or 25 for 4, I should say. Pays out 21, there's 1 hit. However you wanna keep track is fine, but you really need 3. If you get 2 hits and then the 7, no big deal. There's the 6 again, 6 easy. Let's do, well, we'll pay it out properly. 18 pays 21. So again, we've got the 2. 7 rolls now. We're in it for like $3 or something like that. I think is the math. All right, there we go. There's a 4 easy. My dice rolled, but it was a 4. So 15 pays 28. Dealer, pull down my lay, and we'll get our vig back. Dealer, take me down to 64 across. So I'm going to have all the numbers covered. With $1 at risk for this shooter. All right, here we go. Let's make some money. First one I'll collect. There's the 8-point hit. So 14 or 12 will pay 14. Let's pay out 15 for 1. Puck's going to go off. Just wait for a new point. There's a 9. Bets are working. And I'm not going to, because I'm getting this out right before I cruise, I'm not going to have time to build a dicer, but I'll definitely give you a recap of how this strategy worked. And I'm definitely going to get a dicer build to see how this the strategy simulates out. So stay tuned, I guess. There's a 3. When you're seeing this, I'm probably on the cruise already, if I haven't said that already. There's a 12, throwing horn numbers. 4 easy. So 12 will pay 18. Let's pay out. Actually, I collected, so this time I'm on press. Let's pay out 20 for 2. And then dealer press. And I'm just going to do single units. So we'll bump those up to 15. Pull back, essentially 8. All right, there's the 10 hard. This time we'll collect. So 15 pays 27, right? 9 times 3. Hopefully I did that right. Next roll we'll press. There's a 5. So we have $10 there. That'll pay 14. And dealer, press my 5 and 9. Press just means double. So we'll rack $4. And now we've got on the outside numbers, they're all big bets. Not big, but we're growing them, I should say. But there's the 7 out. All right, these will come down. Puck goes off. Got a new shooter. I'm pulling these off because I'm not shooting. It's going around the table. And here we go. New shooter. 8. Point will be 8. Let's see, 100, 200. Dealer, $100, no 10, and 96 across all the numbers, dollar change. We are set up and ready to go here. Hard 10. Some would say bet this. You're most likely to roll the easy 10, right? You're 2-to-1 favorite. There's 2 ways to roll the easy 10, 1 way to roll the hard 10. You roll that easy 10, which is twice as likely, then not only do you lose the lay bet, you also lose the hard way bet. So whatever way you're more comfortable. But I rolled a hard 10, so I'm going to lose 100. And 15 is going to pay 28. Small consolation. Not ideal. So essentially lost 70 there, but I'm going to go right back at it. So I'm going to lay 10. Let me get my odds there. And I got to get 3 hits. So here we go. Good thing I didn't switch to the 4. All right, hard 4, so that'll pay 28. There's 1 hit. And maybe you're tempted to keep it up for longer hits. I mean, you could, I guess. There's an 8 easy. Point hit, so 18 will pay 21. There's 2 hits, puck goes off. And I'm going to go ahead and work my bets. Same shooter coming out. There's a 5. So we're out on the 5. Our 15 will pay 21. So there's 3 hits. Again, this is where I'm saying where, okay, initially I lost 70. I could keep, trying to collect more, $20. I'd rather dealer pull down my lay, get my vig back. I just don't like leaving that lay bet out there that long. Return 32 to me and set me up for 64 across. This is no risk, the $64, kind of, right? And then I'm going to hope that I can press up or the roll lasts long enough that I can make back that 70. So let's see if it works. This is my plan. I don't know. There's the hard 4. Maybe it's a bad plan. We're going to win 18. I'm just going to same bet, the first one, and then press. 8 easy. 12 will pay 14. Dealer press the 6 and 8. So just pulling back $2. 12 corrupts. 8. So 18 is going to pay 21. Let's see, so we collected, I don't know, we're getting there. We're getting it back. So that's the ideal of this trade. Yes, you got some upfront risk, but with any strategy, you got risk. It's just, I'm starting off with $200 on the table. Now I'm down to 64. Maybe they rate me 100 some, I don't know. If I'm getting a $100 rating, I'm pretty happy about that. And again, 3 hits and you're out, and then hopefully you get a roll. That's what we're all looking for, right? A roll to make some money. Let's keep it going. So I collected. Next one I'll press. So there's a yo. 4 easy 4. Let's see. So 10 is going to pay 18. Dealer press my 4 and 10. So we'll pull back 8. Keep going. We'll collect the next one. There's the 7. No more collecting. So down they come. Puck goes off, and we'll give this one more try. Here we go. New shooter looking for a point. 5 is going to be our point. So we've got 100. There's 200. Dealer, give me $100 no 10, 96 across. It's a dollar change. It was a little light, and it was. Okay, set up, ready to go. 9. This pays 21. How about 25 for 4? I got so many white back there. And there's the 7, okay? So 7 out, so down comes the 96. 100 will pay 50. So let's see, we won 21 plus 50, we won 71, and we lost 96. So we lost about $30 there. Puck would go off. But, you know, $30 a strategy, that doesn't even, you know, if you're risking $30, say you go 44 inside, well, you got 44 at risk, right? So I don't know. This is just how my plan is to go. Let's go ahead and count it up. I think I'm actually down. It didn't work out, except for, you know, one shooter I was making some money on. But, all right, there's the 4. There's 5. 525. 50. 75. 100. So let me try to clean this up so I can keep track of this. 4, 5, 6. 50, 75, 7, 8. Oh, might be close. 9, 925, 935, 940, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 970. So I got knocked off a few times. I ended up down 30 bucks, and that's really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for that high average bet because, you know, if you know me, I'm a low roller. I do not like risking $100, $200 on the table. I'm not really doing that here. So high average bet, and hopefully I can play this a long time with losing minimal, and then if I can catch a big roll, I can really color up. So I'll let you know how it goes. If you're enjoying my videos, consider supporting the Color Up channel by joining my club, the Color Up Club. It's an awesome community of craps enthusiasts just like me, and I also give out some free swag. So check out my website, colorup.club.